Anyone with 2 eyes, 2 ears, and an iota of common sense who watched Christine Blasey Ford's testimony could tell that she was telling the truth. It was absolutely gut-wrenching. The details she gave were heartbreaking, from the trauma she endured during the assault to the trauma she's enduring now, publicly. And still, we had Republican takes like this from Senator Lindsey Graham, who the media tells me is a reasonable conservative.
He has been at the highest level of public service, under tremendous scrutiny. We didn't miss it. It's much garbage.
When you have an emotional accusation and an emotional denial, use the rule of law. The presumption of innocence attaches to the person accused. She is just as much a victim of this as I think Brett Kavanaugh.
Wow, that certainly sounds like the guy who said killing millions of Koreans in a war would be worth it. First of all, Lindsey, this isn't a courtroom, so stop saying that you need to apply those standards to a job interview. And secondly, Kavanaugh is the standard for victimhood in this situation. Do you realize how insulting that is? Either he does or he doesn't care. But these sound bites have staying power, and for a Republican Party that's already struggling with women, the way Republican lawmakers have voted and acted during these proceedings isn't going to help at all. A Morning Consult poll showed that Republican women are increasingly uneasy about the Kavanaugh pick, with support for Kavanaugh and Trump dropping 18 and 19 points respectively. And while Republican women are uneasy about their party's direction, the rest of the women in the country are downright outraged. An LA Times poll found that Democrats have a 28 percentage point lead on Republicans, with all likely female voters 62% to 34%. And when you look at millennial women, who are especially disgusted with Trump and the GOP, the numbers are much worse. Only 23% of millennial women identify as Republican, a 13-point drop from that age group in 2002. That scarcity of Republican women is reflected in our congressional representation too. 603 women are running for Congress or state office this year, but just 108 of them are Republicans. That's fewer than 20%. And it's not just that women are fleeing the Republican Party and aren't doing anything about it. They are. Around 25,000 protests have taken place since Trump's inauguration, with between 14 and 21 million Americans taking part, a majority of those protesters being women. We've already seen a successful female backlash against a Republican Party with an enormous advantage in the Doug Jones-Roy Moore race. Black women showed the hell up against accused pedophile Roy Moore and were the deciding factor in flipping the Senate seat blue. Women can and will send a powerful message to Republicans. We will not and cannot stand for the treatment that victims like Christine Blasey Ford received by our supposed representatives. But we have to vote. If you're as outraged as me, go to iwillvote.com and make sure that you are registered or will register. Let's show senators like Lindsey Graham who the real victim is and how women in the country have her back.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.